Okay, guys, welcome to the call tonight. So we're going to jump right in and talk a little bit about dream boards and vision boards and what you want to make for yourself in this year. So to kind of start off, I want you guys to post in the chat the amount of money that you'd like to earn this year. We're going to post some things in the chat. So I want you to think about how much money you'd like to earn this year and just post it in the chat. You could do it monthly, you could do yearly, whatever works for you. I usually like to do it monthly, but you can do whatever you'd like. Okay, we have 1,000 a month. That's a great goal. 3,000 a month, 4,000. Oh, it's just getting bigger and bigger with each post. Just getting 1,000, 3,000, 4,000. If you guys are in the chat, 15,000 a month. Wow. 1,000. Good. Now, don't be afraid if you just want to earn a little bit of extra money each month. Like we might have some newer consultants on the call that want to earn $500 a month. It is the best. You guys, I would suggest at least $500 a month. And this is why. When you have $500 a month that your goal is, it's actually a big enough paycheck to do something with. That's the only reason I would suggest 500 or higher. But of course, if you're working up to that, you can work with your upline director to do so. So that's great. 1,000, 5,000, yeah, 500 plus, great. Those are awesome goals. So when we're talking about dream boards and vision boards, I'm going to give you guys some statistics on why we talk about those and how they help us with our visions for the new year. And we're going to talk about some reasons that they help us achieve what we want to in the new year. And one thing that I kind of like to start with, and this is, I'm a numbers person, so I like these kind of statistics. So 1 in 5 small business owners used a vision board or other visual representation when starting their business. 76% of these businesses said that today their business is where they envisioned it would be when they started using their vision board. And that's from Forbes magazine. So I love that. So that's 3 out of 4 businesses, you guys, achieved what they wanted to by doing a vision board or dream board, and some other actions too, but that was definitely a contributing factor. Okay. So not only do visions and dream boards help, but the way that you think is important. It affects how you feel and how you behave. But thinking alone, and that means starting something like a vision board, won't change your life. What will change your life? Positive thinking only works when it's combined with positive action. And I would like to upgrade that word. Instead of positive thinking and positive action, I'd like to upgrade it to powerful thinking and powerful action. I don't like to use like positive negatives and stuff like that. I like to use the word powerful instead. So when you combine powerful thinking, so that's like something like a vision board, with powerful action, that's when the magic happens. All right. So some of you might be wondering what a vision board or dream board is, and we're going to totally give you some examples right now. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you guys kind of what that is. It can be either physical or it can be digital. And these are some examples of a digital one. So we'll pull up this picture right here. I really like this one because it's really clean. And so you can have a phrase that you really like a lot of people like to use a word for the year. And so this is the Make It Happen vision board for 2024. And you can put motivating pictures, things that you'd like to achieve. Like this one obviously has a picture of Paris. It has, meditation on there. So you could include some non-Pampered Chef items like physical goals that you have, or if you have a goal to upgrade a relationship or something like that, you can totally put that on here as well. And what's nice is if you put, like, let's say a picture of money on there, you can put exactly like what you just put in the chat, $1,000 a month, $4,000 a month, $15,000 a month. You can put that kind of on top of the monetary picture, if that makes sense. So these are really fun to make, number one. And number two, they can be very motivating. So that's an example of one. Let's see a different version of one. So this one is a little more busy, but you can see this one is a physical one because it has some newspaper clippings in it. It has magazine, things clipped out. I love the live your best life, phrase on there. So this is an example of one that could be physical. You can kind of see the board. It's actually on like a cork board or something. So that could be like a physical one that you create. And then the last one I'm going to show you guys is right here. Now, what I love about this one is all the different very motivating words they chose. So creativity, state of mind, in charge, courage, calm mind. I really loved that. So if you think that would upgrade your vision board and be very motivating to you, that's something that you can add to yours. So I kind of liked that. I will not be stopped. I love that. It's so fun. Okay. So those are a couple of examples of vision boards, just so you kind of know what we're talking about. Okay, so let's go back to the chat. And now, instead of a monetary goal, let's put something down that you would like to have in 2024. So it's not necessarily how much money you'd want to make, but something you'd like to have. And I'll give you an example. While you guys are posting in the chat, I'll give you an example of one that is on mine. So for mine, I have a son that's getting ready to mission for our church for 2 years, so he'll be gone for a couple of years. And before he leaves, I would like to take my family on a vacation to Chicago. You guys all know and love Chicago, just like I do, right? We've gotten to go there a lot for conference, but I've never gotten to take my family there. So I would love to piggyback off of my trip to conference and then have my family either come before or after conference to see the sights and enjoy the city. So that is very motivating for me. And from that goal, I can, think about how much extra money I need to save each month for that and stuff like that. And some of you might be wondering, why isn't she saying to take him to Disneyland? He will be gone before the Disney trip. So I'm doing a different trip before that. So awesome. So, okay, we only have one person that posted. You guys get in that chat, post something that you'd like for 2024, something that you'd like to have. So the only one that I see right now is Disney Top Level, which I love that. So it could be a trip that you want to earn. It could be
Okay.
you'd like to do for your house.
So you went a little bit with you.
And let me get back to, I need to mute someone and type. Everybody make sure they're on mute just so we have a nice clean recording. Hang on one sec. Oh, there we go. I think they muted themselves. Thanks, guys. Okay. All right. Awesome. So, okay. So, buy a duplex. I love that. Oh, own 100 acres. That's so fun. Be out of debt. You guys, these are great examples. So, some of the things that you could have on there is it could be something that you want to do to your house. Like maybe you want to remodel or put in a pool or, redo your kitchen or something like that. It could be an additional trip that you want to take in addition to the Pampered Chef one this year, or it could be in place of the Pampered Chef one. So for instance, if Disney isn't a motivator for you, you could get the gift card and apply it to another trip of your choice, like an Alaskan cruise or something like that. It could be, like we said, it could be something that you want to do with your money. So like buy a boat, buy a new car, get out of debt, something like that. So it could be a certain amount that you want to have in your savings account by the end of the year, something like that. Oh, pay for your daughter's wedding, Stephanie. That is a good one. I have a wedding this year too that I'm saving for as well. So, to have a savings. Yes, totally. Great examples, you guys. Great examples. Okay, Wendy, I might have to have you repost. You said cruise on New Disney Treasure. Is that a boat? Just clarify in the chat if that's an actual like Disney Cruise Line boat. So exciting. All right, so great. So that's kind of a fun one. When you say something that you like, that would be a great example of a picture that you could add to your vision board. Okay. So let's talk about 10 benefits of using a vision board. So you might think like, why do I need this? Like, what does it help with? So let's talk about that. So the 10 benefits of using a vision board. Number 1, it can help you get clear on your goals. When you see that every day, like that's very clear. That's what you're going for this year. So it can help you get clear on your goals. Number 2, it helps you grow. So that's nice too, right? It helps you achieve some extra growth. Number 3, get you motivated. You guys, every time you see this vision board, it helps with the motivation factor. Number 4, it shifts your mindset. So a lot of times when it's just like, a goal, if you don't write it down, like the likelihood of you achieving it goes dramatically down if you don't actually write it down. I kind of feel like that's the same with the vision board. When you see it, it like makes it more real to you. So definitely helps with shifting your mindset. Number 5 is to be intentional, helps you to be more intentional. Number 6 is helps you feel happy. When you see some things that you want to achieve, I mean, you can't help but like smile about it, get excited about it. Number 7, it connects areas of your life. And I really like this factor because you might have a physical goal on there. You might have a mental health goal on there, a monetary goal. You might have even a spiritual goal that you have, it could be around meditation or yoga or scripture study or prayer. And what it does is it connects all those areas of your life together. And I really like that aspect. So that's number 7, connect areas of your life. Number 8 is it's a useful visualization tool. Seeing is believing, right? So we like those visual tools. Number 9, it improves your chances of success. And number 10, it increases your productivity. So literally with those 10 reasons, you guys, why wouldn't you do one? That's a better question, right? Okay, so like we talked about, it can be digital or physical. So for me, I really like to have both. So right above my desk, it's literally right there. I have a cork board and I put things on there that are very motivating for me. So like travel goals, goals with Pampered Chef. So like a certain title that I want to achieve or places that I want to go, like Chicago during the summer, the Disney trip. So those are on my vision board above my desk. But I also like to have a digital one. And the reason I like to have a digital one is I like to put it on my phone, you guys. So every time, how many times do we look at our phones every day? Every time I look at my phone, I'm seeing my vision board as I scroll to like type something or whatever. Different pictures are catching my eye and it's making me smile and it's getting me motivated. So I actually like to have both. So you can decide what works best for you, but that's definitely my personal preference. Okay, so let's talk for a second, then we're going to post in the chat what I like to call a unicorn. So sometimes you have something that's like creeping into your mind that you would like to go for. It's a big ticket item goal. This is something that you would love to have in 2024 that you kind of are like, I'd love to have this, but I have no idea how I'm going to achieve it. So, so those kind of goals I like to refer to as a unicorn goal. So that means these are goals that you want to write down that you don't know how you're going to achieve it. And we're going to talk about that just for a second. So kind of be thinking about what kind of a goal that would be for you. Something that's almost like scary to put out there in the universe, something that you'd like. So a unicorn goal, a lot of times, it has to do with your trajectory that you're already going for and your way of being. So I have a mentor that I totally respect, and he's a coach for million and sometimes $1 billion businesses. And I was privileged enough to be in a leadership program with him. And this is what he had to say about unicorn goals. So he said, when you keep your way of being the same, then your almost future stays the same, right? When you don't change anything that you're already doing, you'll keep going in the same trajectory that you're going. But when you change your way of being, change the way that you interact, change with people, with your business, when you change your way of being, then your almost future starts to veer or change, right? And I'll give you an example of this. So let's say that my unicorn goal is to be an executive of Pampered Chef. Now, if I put that down and I have that on my vision board, so every day that I scroll on my phone, every time that I look at my physical one above my desk, I see executive in the title. Then every time that I interact with someone, whether I'm in person or on the phone, that upgrades or changes. My way of being changes. So I might go out of my way and talk to someone at the grocery store that I wouldn't normally talk to because I want to make more contacts, book more shows, have more sales to hit the numbers that I need to hit for executive. So do you guys kind of see like what I'm talking about? You might go out of your way to talk to a friend about joining your team that normally you would feel too anxious maybe about talking to. So when you change your way of being, that will change your projected future. And I really like that idea because all that means is we have to upgrade or change the actions that we're doing in our state of mind. And so a lot of times that will help us with our unicorn goals. So, what I would like to challenge you guys to do right now, we have a couple minutes left in the call, is to post in the chat something that's a unicorn goal for you. Something that's like almost unachievable. You don't know how you're going to achieve it, but you want to put it down for this year. And you might not know what that is yet, and that's okay. But if you do, if it's sitting in the back of your mind, like that's how I like to explain the unicorn goal. It's sitting in the back of your mind, and it almost makes you a little afraid to post it down. That's the unicorn goal. And that's the one that I would say definitely add it to your vision board. Definitely add it to so you can see that every single day. And again, when you start thinking about that goal and thinking about what it takes to get there, your way of being will change and that will change the trajectory. And you'll end up a lot of times achieving the goal by the end of the year with different things that you'll put in place, different practices, different, you might participate in a program that you decide to that Pampered Chef offers that you wouldn't normally participate in, all because of your way of being. So awesome. Take your family on a cruise. I love it. In ground full. Awesome. Those are great, great goals, you guys. Okay. So all right. So let's talk about, to kind of wrap up, let's talk about a little bit more about your vision for the year. So your vision is the created future in any domain of your life. And just to clarify domains, that's different areas of your life. So for instance, church would be a domain for me personally. It doesn't have to be one of yours. Another domain would be the relationship that I have with my husband or my family. Another domain would be Pampered Chef. And then maybe even another domain would be like extended, friends and family, stuff like that. Another domain example would be God or spiritual. So those are different areas of your life, and those different domains create your vision for the future. So it has everything to do with creation, and you may not know how to do it yet, and it may have a unicorn in it. It's time sensitive and measurable and clear. So if you just say something like, I'd like to improve my health, it's really difficult to know if you achieved that by the end of the year or not. Instead, you might say something like, I'm going to create a weekly routine for my health and stick to it every week. So then you can create, what you want to do on certain days. It might have to do with drinking a certain amount of water. It might have to do with an eating plan, like intermittent fasting or Whole30 or something like that. So that would be measurable and clear at the end of the year to be able to know if you achieved that goal. It's helps us to move forward and to make decisions. And if you're currently doing it, it's not a vision. So if you're currently doing something, you can continue to do that. And it would be a great goal for this year to continue that goal, but it wouldn't necessarily fit into the category of a vision for yourself. And around that vision, you want to use powerful language. So when you're talking about that, or a lot of times we do affirmations each day, you want to have the language around it be as if you already are doing it or achieving it. So I like to refer to these as I am statements. So instead of saying like, I want to be an executive director with Pampered Chef, you would say this: I am an executive director with the Pampered Chef. I am a powerful leader. I am a powerful coach. Those kind of things. And so when you repeat those every day, they're in the present tense and it can be a lot more powerful. It's using language powerfully, and those can be a great motivating factor. In fact, it's a lot of times I encourage people to put their I am statements on their vision board. So you're seeing that every time you look at it too. So that's kind of a fun twist. All right, let's see. What if you're unable, we'll kind of wrap up with this thought. What if you're unable to see that vision right now? So sometimes that happens, you guys. I've been in the business 21 years, and throughout my business, I've had to take a step back periodically in my business. And that's okay. So if you're in that place where you have to take a step back, for one reason or another, let's say you have to take care of an aging parent, or let's say that you're about ready to have a baby, or let's say that one of mine was we adopted 3 kids at once. That was like a big adjustment. So every once in a while, when you have one of these things happen, you might need to take a step back, and that's okay. A lot of times when you have to take a step back, do a vision or a plan for taking the step back, because nothing lasts forever. And so when you have that, then you can have a plan for maybe when you can pick up your business again, or maybe when you can start working on your vision again. Otherwise, you might be in maintenance mode or maintaining mode, where you try to continue what you're doing, but you may not be in a growth mindset. And that's okay. We've definitely all been there and had to take a step back or had to maintain versus grow. And so I just wanted to address that that's okay. If you're in that state, definitely work with your upline, and we can help you determine what's right for you, whether you want to be in that growth mode or whether you want to be in that maintenance mode, or even maybe take a step back, be in that mode too. And a lot of times we can help you through that. So definitely contact your upline if you feel like you need some help with that. All right. So sometimes when you're in that mindset of taking a step back, some things that might help is you might learn a new show style. So for instance, when I adopted those 3 kids, this was pre-COVID. So I decided to learn virtual shows instead of doing just in-person shows. And that definitely helped me maintain my career sales and my income goals and stuff like that by learning a new show style. You could increase your show average and work smarter and not harder. So have a higher show average and do less shows rather than doing a bunch of $400 shows, let's say. You could recruit more, because recruiting fixes everything, and that definitely gives you a good paycheck when you start getting those residual income, that residual income coming in. So that could be something that helps too. And you could also do different, more live demos. It could be a live demo at your house, where you do a cooking class or something like that, or it could be something that you feature online. So just a couple of things that could help if you're in that kind of a mode, if you're unable to take a step up right now. So what my last tip that I kind of want to talk about that kind of helps you clarify. So if you're kind of feeling like, oh, I just don't know what I want to do right now. I don't know what I want to go for. What I would suggest, the best suggestion, and this comes from that mentor that I was talking about. The best suggestion is to schedule some uninterrupted think time. And for me, uninterrupted means I put my phone on silent. I don't schedule anything else, and I take 20 to 30 minutes of a block and I just think. I think about what would bless my family. I think about what would increase my interaction, with myself and my way of being myself. So it could be something in leadership, or it could be something in, Pampered Chef with that would increase my own, self-worth and my own leadership. I think about what kind of monetary thing would bless my family? What kind of things would bless my friends? What kind of things would upgrade my relationship with God? What kind of things would upgrade my business? And I kind of take those different domains of my life and I really think about them for a couple of minutes. You could do this over the next week and take a couple of days each out of the week and spend that 20 to 30 minutes each day. I promise you, by the time the week is up, you will have a clear vision of where you want to go from there. And it might just be for the next month, or it might be for the next year, but that's what I would suggest to schedule so you can clarify what you'd like to work on. So we are at the 7 o'clock hour. And so I definitely want to wrap up when we were supposed to, and hopefully you guys learned something and it helped you clarify maybe what you would like to work on for this year. And I hope it did. I will get the recording to your leaders. So if you want to listen to it again, you can. And on that note, I wish you all the best luck for this year in 2024. And I hope you guys have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.